Okay, so I've done a video here just now, and I did one earlier. I'm going to splice them together. And the video is about them hijacking me the other night. And it wasn't just the night, it was the day. It was the whole day, when I think about it. I say whole day, basically early afternoon on into all throughout the night. And I contacted 3 people. I managed to tell one that I was being affected. The other has no idea, and I think he got the impression I was angry at him and flabbergasted. But I've got no, I'm not angry at the guy. But I realize he probably thinks that's how I am with him here. It's most certainly what the FBI would sell. I'm always looking at how are they going to sell shit to people, because they always do. So I sent that off, and I sent one more, and I never got to explain to that person that I was hijacked. I never sent them a following email explaining that. And every time I try and do it, they hijack me. Really, what they've been doing is wiping my memory. And then when I remember, okay, I've got to do this in the next 10 minutes, and then it's gone again. I try and bring it up in video, it doesn't happen, gone again. Or it does come up. I will start to want to bring it up in video, and they affect me so it gets squashed down. That's actually what happened the last time. It's like me, I was doing videos, and my key focus has been getting out of the country, because they're going to declare martial law, and they're going to grab everybody and put them in camps. This is what the FBI has known. I've been looking at. This goes back to last year, even. I was like, no, they're going to be putting everybody in FEMA camps, and the FBI is looking at, and I'm sure the FBI has heard, there's chatter and buzz going on. Now there is. And, they just tried taking Trump out for creating civil war. Again, FEMA camps for everybody. But the point is, the FBI has specifically been like, well, we're going to keep you in here, and then when that fascist grab happens, and it's prison camps for everybody, we're going to grab you. That's what they're hoping for. So when I tried doing videos, and I try and bring this up in videos, and throughout January and February, they'd squash it down. I only got to bring it up a few times. Back to the point, so I got hijacked the other night. And I barely fought it off. As it is, I got 3 emails off. And being affected. This is the point. Well, I've got a head full of technology. That's the point. And it's a miracle it didn't turn out worse than it did. They were trying to get me to post this video I did public. Barely fought that off. If I hadn't brought up in one of the emails I sent off that I don't know, or I'm, quote, thinking about it, they probably would have gotten away with affecting me for doing it. And that's because I knew I was being affected with technology and was trying to fight against doing it. I couldn't tell what's mine and what's technology. When you're being affected, you get affected. You literally, it's real as shit. You think it's yours, yet you recognize, part of you still recognizes there's something wrong here. But it depends on how they do it. They're just playing with one particular set of settings and doing it on a certain strength, a certain volume level. You get it? But that's what happened, and I got hijacked. So now they're... Oh, that was the one they were communicating to me. Well, we're going to pose you as a threat to alternative media. You're talking about going after people once you've proven the truth. That's like me saying to Jurgen and Beata, you're in a world of shit when the truth comes out. Oh, you'll get that one when it happens. All the people you took part in killing all over lies and you not double-checking shit. Moral of the story for an entire fucking agency. For all goddamn German agents. You know what the moral of the story is going to be? Double-check. Wow. Professionals, agents, the lie you are. And that's one of the videos I've posted recently. I posted a 30-minute clip from it. It's like 27, 29 minutes. I posted a clip from it, and that gives you an idea. Yes, it's a good video, but I recommend looking at the full video, because that's the performance of German agents. I was like, yeah, that's it for that shit. We're going to put your performance right here in video. God help them if I get interviews. I will just go on and on and on about all their mistakes and how they made them. Common sense, man, shit they don't have. So, that's the point. Everybody's lost in the lies. Actually, you can just see me right here dealing with very bad circumstances, and you can see my profile for what it is. I'm a good guy dealing with bad circumstances. That is exactly the circumstances. And I'm dealing with people who are dumping their profile on me while torturing and killing over their own lies. You got that one? And German agents have not double-checked. That is a lie which everybody has paraded around. So I recommend looking at the video I have up. They did get away with hijacking me. They were communicating to me, well, we will sell this as nobody's going to want to interview you because you were threatening to go after people, but that was all after the fact. The entire point was, if I prove, once I've proven all this is real and true, then I'll bring your name up. But I'm not there either. The reality is I'm not going to be wasting my time with pissants. That's where I'm at with Alex Finnish, garbage can. That's where I was with this one guy who probably thought I was angry at him, garbage can. Most of the people I've dealt with here, garbage can. A few others not. David, Bill, you know, there are several here. But most people. And that's one of the reasons why they hijacked me. They wanted to use that for scaring away people in regards to interviews. You understand? They're bringing up with me their intentions and what they plan on getting away with. And they were confident, by the way, because they were affecting me so heavily in the first place. That's how they got 3 emails. So people don't understand how surreal this is. And I make it look easy. But that's the truth of what I dealt with, and that is what I deal with. And that's what happened the other night. So that's what this video is about. It is about them trying to hijack me, and then there is the following video, which I did earlier today, and from last night, the early morning hours of yesterday, and addressing a German agent after they killed our cat, because I had a whole bunch of stupid shit brought up with me. He's addressing the cartoon which he sees in me. He doesn't see me, my psychology, no nothing. And that is what I was angry about. He literally didn't even, and still doesn't, has yet to figure out what I'm angry about. Absolutely amazing. What have I been stating here? They fucked up. They haven't cleaned the goddamn thing up. Who the fuck wouldn't be angry? Are you kidding? So I'm contacting politicians and interviews and a lawyer, and we're getting done here. But my point is, while they might try and claim that with people, it's not happening. So, man, the shit I could say here. Hang on. Yeah, I'm wondering, before I start the video here, I'm wondering how much I should get into. They are trying to bring up, this is them running text through my head. They're trying to make me angry and like, you'll sue Alex, and I'm like, hello? Their intentions are so goddamn obvious, but they've got high levels of technology anger, and they're trying to affect me with this technology viewpoint. I'm like, what planet are you on? I'm going to sue them with what? I've got no goddamn money. I don't want to sue them. Poor bastard's been through more lawsuits than, you know, hello? And so it gives you an idea. You can be affected with technology on high levels, but you can still pick up on the fact that they are affecting you. All the way around, it makes no sense. Why would I want to sue Alex? But the point is, what I got out of it is, well, that's what they'll probably sell behind the scenes. Well, I was thinking about suing them. None of this was my thinkings. This is what they pass off as my background thoughts. Actually, they sell this lie to people who are stupid enough to believe it, like Alex has a point. And what they are really doing with me is communicating to me what they're selling behind the scenes here, how they're lying. They're communicating to me what they plan on selling and how they plan on lying to other people here. And quite literally, they're doing it in the middle of all of it. And I know, okay, it's a setup, and now I see this is what they want to try and affect me with. You got it? Because that's what they were doing. The thought never entered my head. That's not at all where I'm at with anybody from alternative media. And the FBI knows it. I told the FBI, no, actually, I worry about yourselves here. I'm coming directly at you and Dawn here. You're finished. They're selling viewpoints which don't make sense, and they're passing it off to people like Alex and others as mine. But there's no truth to any of it. It's not how I am. And I was angry. So I was like, well, I could do it by divine law, law of cause and effect. But the reality is, as the FBI saw before I did the video, this is what I'm talking about. They amplify shit. The point, you have no idea. I don't get to feel even anger as myself here. Hello? Bumped it out, god damn it. I know what it was. This was it exactly. And yes, they did bump it out. I was like, well, Alex is not one of you assholes. I was like, Alex is actually a good person, and when he does find out the truth, he's going to realize what an asshole he is anyhow. And they found this out before I did the video. The reason why they do this is they look at things for fucking up here, attacking, hijacking, amplifying when I do videos. Typically, they collect all the points first, even before I do a video. Then they put this memory cage on me, and the only thing I can remember is quite literally the points that they want brought up. I've got fuckloads of points to bring up, but they always sit on me, and I can barely think or barely speak. You should see my videos from Phoenix. It's the same thing with German agents here. German agents think this is all new. And agents are bringing all these points up. Actually, this is all stuff I brought up with the FBI. That's the point. They got my real profile. So then they lower the technology. I finally get to bring up stuff I had already brought up with the FBI. And they pass it off as the FBI is tricking me into believing it's my profile. And the reality is they got a lot of this shit all the way back in Phoenix, never mind here. And Jurgen and Beata, this is how incompetent they are. They can't realize this is happening. How delusional is anybody? This is direct observation, you stupid fuckers. Hello? Take a look at how delusional you want me to believe so that you can be stabbed in the back. Look at how obvious they fucking are, you two retards. This is not shit from years and years ago. This is recent. Why do you think I finally got angry and towards the end of the year there in Phoenix with you two? Finally, it was my anger. Hello? I saw you're not putting the pieces together in regards to my profile. I gave you a chance. That is what that was about. You went along with them affecting me with technology anger. Pee-wee didn't even realize finally I got angry on my own, but it was based on me and my having patiently waited for you two to put the pieces together and to wake up. You didn't do it. You were given your fair fucking chance. Yet you're off into Disneyland all over again about where I'm at with German agents and agencies, you fuck-ups. You just believe whatever you're told. First you're this way, then you're that way. In the meantime, I'm the same way the entire time, fuck-ups, for the last 22 fucking years. So don't tell me you haven't fucked up. You're too stupid and arrogant to realize the amount of trouble you're in. Your asses are mine, just like I stated. So yeah, I'm pissed with them, and, that's the way it is now. They made that choice, and this is where it's at now. Yeah, I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed. Fuck German agents, but I was already there with German agents. Fuck German agents. But we're getting this shit done, and may the truth come out. But that's where I was with Alex, and they just hijacked me within the video. I sent it off to 2 people. 2. Hang on. I did. I sent it off to 2 people. And I was affected within the video. I had to fight off high levels of technology to not publicly post it. And they're following the same tactics. They're using the same technology programs as last July and August. Actually, very much of summer, the last summer period. I recognize this. I've double-checked it. That's exactly what they're doing. But this idea, I'm going to be going after people from alternative media, is total bullshit. As you'll see in the video, all the way back in January and February, I looked at alternative media. I looked at 2023, and I was like, okay, try one more time with certain people here, but most of these people are in the garbage. I know who not to, and in the future, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm not, know nothing. I'm like, you either wake up, you interview me, or you're stupid. Okay, you're stupid. You're not going to interview me. Okay, garbage can. Next one, garbage can, and on and on. Plus, I'm going to be getting a lawyer for contacting people. So I'm getting the interviews one way or another here. And, so I am not counting on others here. No, I've learned to not count on one fucking person from alternative media. I've got some hope for Patrick, but I sent him an email. I think it was all the way back in November, and the whole time, no doubt, working on him, but he's pretty sharp. So I've had some hope in him, but again, I'm not, doesn't want to interview me, then that's fine. That's my point. I'm not putting my eggs in anybody's basket. I've got some hope for Patrick based on the kind of person he is. If I were not in gang stalking, I myself would be rich and successful at this point and have a name for myself. So I can relate to him in other ways, which I do not get to express or live as because of agents and gang stalking here. All based on lies. So I see how that goes with Patrick, but I see everybody crickets. And so I already know it'll be the lawyer and then finding somebody to interview me through the lawyer. Once my name is out, it's game over. And once people understand, that's the thing. People will be looking at the interviews, no doubt people I've had contact with, and they'll be like, well, okay, we fucked up. Or maybe not. Maybe you just stay programmed. But I think some people wake up and then they're going to wish they had interviewed me. Do not attempt to contact me. Go work in Hollywood. This is not some circus show and circus act for you getting a name and making money and, looking good for the public. No, this is about life and death, and you already fucked up. Are we fucking clear? So then take a look at, they're trying to bring up with me, oh, well, you're scared of Alex and all this shit. I was like, what fucking planet are you on? You know you're guilty as shit. I know it, and he does not. So clearly they knew even before they brought this up with me. You'd better find out before you go falsely accusing me and signing on board with the FBI. That's where I'm at with everybody. So if you fuck up on behalf of the FBI, make sure you fucking know. I've got real shit to do here. I'm going to be contacting politicians now and sending off copies of my book. And yes, that is what happened the other night. If David and Robert look at this, I got hijacked. And repeatedly now, even in video, that's the one that surprised me the most. Tried emailing Robert a few times to let him know technology was involved. Gone. Affect me. Gone. gone. Can't do it, can't do it. And then in video, I was going to bring it up, and they suppressed me. It's a very hardcore technology effect. It's done in the moment. And this is how they got me to not bring up FEMA camps and stuff the entire way, all the way back in January. But I did manage to fire it off a few times, because actually it's my entire focus. It's actually what the FBI's been looking at here as well. There's agency chatter here. You have to understand, there's agency chatter going on, and it's about this coming fascist system and civil war. You get it? So, they're hoping I'm around for when the fascist grab comes. You got that one? So that's it. Okay, so I have July 16th, 10:49 p.m. I did a video earlier today with clips from early in the morning of today, the wee hours of the morning. And I found out today our cat was killed yesterday by agents with technology. That's exactly what it is. And I've got some points to get into. I'm just going to do this real quick, short and sweet. Okay, so this is what happened a few nights ago. This is exactly what happened. Just a couple of nights ago. They're fucking with my memory. This is what I'm talking about. This is not me and my memory. Hello? This is just the other day. But the point is, they hijacked. I was angry. First of all, what happened is I found out our cat's dying, and I'm like, well, here I am. I'm getting in touch with alternative media, and I already knew that they're going to kill, so there's no surprise on that one. And I found out our cat is, quote, sick here, being killed with technology, so I'm expecting that. And they hijacked me specific. This is what I'm explaining, what was done to me, and I want you to see how it is on my end. So I wasn't happy about this at all. I'm in touch with everybody, but I knew they're going to kill before I get interviews and approach politicians, and they're going to do what they're going to do. I can't change that. They're getting away with it. That's a whole different story. So based on the circumstances, I'm doing what I'm doing no matter what. That's the one, the Horvat and her officers and these agents here trying to make it about, well, I'm angry and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. That's a fucking lie. It's where I've let Jurgen and Beata and the BKA keep their ignorance. Because the reality is I just speak the truth about shit and they just rewrite it anyhow. So keep your ignorance. They literally do not get what I'm angry about. They fucked up. I did a video, one of the last videos, I've got a clip up from it. It's less than 30 minutes. That gives you an idea of the rest of the video. It's a long video. Take a look at the whole video. It's about their mistakes, and quite literally, I'm describing how they analyze shit. Is shit these agents saw me looking at with Jurgen and Beata here. So it's not new for them. It's only that I'm not being affected so that I can speak about it in the first place. So that tells me they've already lied about it, sold it to Jurgen and Beata as, well, we're affecting him, we gave it to him, and he doesn't know it. No doubt. Because this is where they've been also. That's one more I get. When I get to be normal, they think it's technology, and when I'm affected with technology, strangely enough, they think that's the real me. This is exactly what I sent the BKA in 2014. Sent them a diagram, and I'm saying there was a line here of the years in chronological order, like 2002, 3, all the way on up to 2014, and I said, that's me being affected with technology, and that's the level you're on. And then underneath that was a line, same thing, 2002 up to 2014, each year marked, and I said, that's the real me underneath. They haven't listened the entire time stepping away. This is about their cheap belief systems. Agents don't lie. So this is what they did. I'm going to get into this. And they're already hijacking me heavily. You have no idea what I go through. This is usually the moment I start videos, they toss it on. So, first things first. So then I was angry as shit, of course, and at these agents. And what they try and do is affect me with technology, misdirect me, they will affect me so I can't be as angry as I am at them, because then shit gets done. That's the real reason why. And they try and have me angry at somebody else. And they kept pushing in Alex. And I kept saying to them, Alex, this went on for hours and hours, by the way. And they keep trying to make me angry at Alex. And I'm like, Alex, what would I be angry at Alex about? Now, when I found out what was going on with our cat, one of the things I noticed is, well, this resembles July and last summer. June, July, August, very much. They're using a lot of the same computer programs. And one of the things they were doing was hijacking me heavily. You understand? And I'm picking up on this from the very beginning. And I thought, okay, we've got July here. I bet they're using computer programs from last July. And that's what they were doing. And I'm like, why would I be angry at Alex? And the thing is, when they were coming at me with Alex, this is what I'm trying to show you. This is how they did it. You can do your own figuring out of stuff based on this, but these are the bare basics. When they began bringing up Alex, they literally wiped my memory of our cat being killed, which is impossible. And I'm like, why are you bringing up Alex, and why are you affecting me with technology anger in regards to Alex? And all the way back in February, I was like, well, I'm going to be approaching alternative media, and I see how this is going to work based on my last book. I'll be approaching people, and they're not going to interview me for the FBI. I'll see who has a brain, who's intelligent and conscious, recognizes they should be interviewing me, and who is not. And all the ones that are stupid, I just check them off. That's it. They're in the garbage. They're like my parents and German agents. Once they're out of my life, they're out of my life. Unlike my parents and German agents, that's it. There's done with them. You get it? My circumstances here with agents and my parents here are all different. But the reality is I'd not be having dealings with either. They're fuck-ups. Why do I want to have dealings with fuck-ups? You get it? I like dealing with people like me. People who understand me and people that I understand. Good people. So, this went on for hours, and I'm like, why do they keep affecting me with Alex? I'm like, why are you affecting me with Alex all the time? I said it, I communicated this in my brain to him. I'm like, what the fuck are you up to here? And I kept telling him, no, I'm not angry at Alex. Yeah, you can go fuck yourselves and on and on. So then, they stop blocking my memory in regards to my cat out in Germany being killed with technology. And I understood this was a manipulation, but I want you to pay attention to how they do this. I, of course, was angry at Alex, but the key thing is the shit that Alex does not know from 2023. The other point is the one the FBI agents get. Agents, period. They understand that Alex is the only one from alternative media who's dealt with a lot of the agency shit like I do. So, back in 2023, I always expected him to wake up in regards to my circumstances, but he didn't begin to. He's a narcissist, and he's flaky. He, out of all people, should have been able to pick up on what's going on in my life, along with some other people I've dealt with here from alternative media, all tricked by agents. So I'm like, wow, you people are stupid as shit. So I told the FBI what I'm going to do is get a lawyer, and I'm going to tell them what I'm sitting on top of, and then have them approach small YouTubers, and I'll get interviews that way. You understand? comments. Now they've said, well, we're going to contact everybody from YouTube and have them not interview you. Man, you got to be a fuck up. But take a look at the size of the conspiracy now. This is a statement of how worried the FBI is. You got that one? You will if you ever ask questions and get to know me and speak with me. What's rule number 1? Oh, don't communicate with them. That's for their own benefit and protection. That is why. Alternative media being beaten with standard operational defensive procedure here. So the point is, then they stopped fucking with my memory, and I remembered my cat, and of course I was angry. Where they screwed up is that I don't have a lot of hope in Alex after 2023. I had some hope here. I mean, how delusional can anybody be? Take a look at the fucking book. If you knew how much torture and threats and the remote control and traumas that my ex went through, you would understand why I do not get her involved. What she has experienced also, by the way, is everybody fucking up. They were threatening her with gang stalking when we were back in Germany. The last few years, hello? They were threatening to murder her. They're threatening to murder her now. That's because they're worried about her speaking out. If I get somebody to wake up here, that is what that's about. Now, the reason why, as I figured out here, the reason why they did it this way is so that I would be angry at Alex. They already, this is the point, they already knew that I would be. But where they screwed up is that I didn't have all my eggs in the basket for Alex here. He already fucked up royally. You get it? That's where they fucked up. And they thought they'd be able to totally hijack me, and that's what they did. From there, they threw on their technology anger and technology viewpoints. Now I'm angry at Alex. And just left it on. And I knew I was being affected, and I even knew, okay, what they've done is they've thrown their technology anger and technology viewpoints over my own anger now. And I can't tell my head from my ass in one sense. I know I'm being affected heavily, but in one sense, I can't tell my head from my ass. What they're doing is hijacking my anger and then trying to get me to do things based on their anger, not mine. You get it? This is standard operational procedure. It's what I've dealt with the entire time. And that was the other end of it. At this point, I've dealt with people who dealt with CoinelPro campaigns from, a long time ago, and people dealing with CoinelPro campaigns in their life even now from alternative media. And they've all been stupid. So, these are all people who you would think, based on life experience, would be able to wake up to the fact that I'm speaking the truth, and they'd be able to wake up to, well, we're agents are trying to play me here. And that nobody realized that from alternative media. But I figured, well, based on their own life experience, they would wake up to that. They can see what's been done in their life and what's been done in mine. They use the same shit. That's the entire point. You get it? So, and all of those people failed. So I already, a long time ago, this goes back to before February, these agents knew I'm going to be getting a lawyer for getting interviews. That's exactly how it's playing out. In the meantime, I have sent off my book, and I have tried getting interviews, of course. The book's not edited. It's not finished. I'm still literally not finished with the book, but I'm going to finish that after I send emails off to politicians with a copy of the unfinished book. It's good enough for reading. People will get the, hello. So really, it's an autobiography in one way, or a biography of me and my family. It's not rocket science. It's as plain as day for the truth it is. And that was one more thing that came up. I began analyzing because I knew I was being affected very heavily. And this just went on for hours and hours. I mean, this is early in the day when they started. And now I've got much later. It's dark, like now. and now they've hijacked me. So I start analyzing shit, and I'm like, well, this feels just like last summer. They're using the same computer programs. Looks like they're using the same tactics here. And this is while I'm being affected, by the way. And then I'm looking at, okay, well, all the way back in 2023 when I contacted Alex, that happened after they had knocked off 8 cats. And I realized, okay, this is why they were bringing Alex up, and they had the memory of our cat being killed here blocked while they're doing it. And the point is, I would have been angry at him anyhow. They knew that. But then what they did is they hijacked it. It's standard operational procedure. This is the one the FBI's had a hard time figuring it out. This is probably why they're letting me do this video, just so they can find out. So I realized, okay, well, within a week's time, after, I had like 8 cats knocked off in a period, very quickly. And then I approached Alex, and then 1 week later, about 1 week, starting at 1 week, I think it was 1 week plus a couple of days, up to 9 days or 10 days, you get it? But 1 week is right in the ballpark there. And they've affected me in videos I've done where I've tried speaking about this before. In one of the last videos, actually. I had to point it out. They're affecting me with technology. So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, well, here I sent Alex a copy of this book, and I'm looking at it, and I checked the date, and I'd sent it to him about a week ago, actually. And I thought, okay, well, they're affecting me here, and they've been sitting on me, so I don't send the book off to people. Finally had to fight through that, and they've got lies prepared for the whole thing, but it's all lies. I have a witness to all of that. I have 2 witnesses. My girl's in Germany. Problem is, as I was bringing up earlier, my girlfriend won't speak out unless she sees absolute proof that somebody is going to help us. That's the entire point. Horvat's talking about hijacking her and all that shit. No, she knows from 2014, unless we've got somebody signed on board here, she's not going to go there. It's either all or nothing. And I could be wrong about that because, hello, that was 2014, and she's like me. She grows and changes. But the reality is, we just had our cat knocked off, and she's clueless about it. She's been lied to about them murdering her father. And she got hijacked into trusting the FBI, and that one I did pick up on when I was dealing with her back when this all happened. So, they do whatever it takes to save their asses. They do what I call desperate moves. They're forced moves. That's what I call it, forced moves. They got no choice. So they've been talking about hijacking my girlfriend all over again. They want to pose her as a threat, but the reality is my girlfriend, just like me, knows that I should have been freed back in 2002. They've labeled me delusional and her delusional. They'll view this video as, well, she's now an official threat to agencies. This is what's been going on for the last 24 hours. Horvat's been coming at me and trying to prove her viewpoints. And I'm like, oh, yep, that's all correct. So, because this is not about finding out the truth. This is just about Horvat trying to make things look the way she's posing me. Horvat already knows me, knows where I'm coming from. I've quite literally spoken the truth of where I'm coming throughout the videos, yet now it's different. You get it? So, I'm like, yep, okay. And, well, this is going to get you killed. And I'm like, yep, that's fine. Because that's where everybody's at here anyhow. They just killed our cat. And Jurgen thought he's teaching a lesson here, or at least they're using his voice for it. And hello? You haven't changed anything. This is all going public now. Furthermore, all you've done is I'm going to make sure that no stone is unturned in interviews. Only thing I will not do is reveal the agency murders and stuff here. Some of the more personal shit. which could cause a lot of problems. But, you know, we see how that goes. So you got one more thing to fuck up for yourselves. Remember, you got to fix me. So, but that's the story with my ex. And so Horvat's desperate. She wants to knock off Monica next. That's what's been communicated to me also by German agents. We're going to kill her next. So that's the point. That was communicated before I got hit up in the last 24 hours with all these bullshit computer programs. All they're doing is misportraying my anger for German agents. It's not about me and what I'm angry about. It's about what Horvat makes it about. That's the entire point. There's no interest at all in my psychology and understanding one damn thing about it. Real simple. If German agents have fucked up here, what does everybody think I'm angry about? So let's get back to Alex here. So yeah, I was angry. And I was like, that's it. You know, I sent him off that book, but then that was one more thing. These agents saw, I'm looking at, well, I sent it off a week ago. Take a look at Alex. He's one of the busiest people in the world. And then just recently we had this shit with Trump, the assassination attempt. So I'm supposed to think he read it? You get it? And that right there was the one that I had to fight against this technology. I ended up doing a video and speaking about Alex and fuck Steve and on here. And I did do the video, and then they were trying to get me to post this publicly. Hello? And it kept whacking me over and over and over. This is technology anger. And they do it just real heavy and on and on and on off, because they want you to throw in the towel and do it their way. You get it? And that was one of the things I had to fight like crazy, but I was looking at bare basic facts. And I knew they were affecting me, and I knew, well, this is going to be different once they've got the technology off of me. And that was one more. I was like, well, I already knew where I'm at with Alex and everybody here going back to at least February. But I don't think the FBI realized that, and I think this is how they screwed up the other night here. It all feels like a blur right now because I only had 2 hours of sleep. I had to take my cat to the vet for technology problems and technology illness. And then I came back, and they were keeping me awake all night. You know, I had only a small window of opportunity for being able to sleep, and they kept me awake for hours. They're like, oh, well, we'll tell your mother you had too much coffee. Like I'm an imbecile. Now I don't know how to drink coffee. You get it? This is how this works. They lie about goddamn everything, and everybody just believes them. So take a look. I'm finished with alternative media. Most people that I've had dealing, you know, most people are fuck-ups here. And I realize a lot of them, it's like a club and shit, too. So they're still affecting me. I send an email off to David. I'm surprised that the email was as clear-headed as it was. I did what I always do. They take the technology off, and I go back and look. I was going to send David and Robert an email saying I'm fine now. Yes, technology was involved, and I sent the email off to David, but then they wiped my memory when I tried bringing this up with Robert. So then I was going to send him another email telling him this, and that didn't happen. So then I bring this up all over again in video, and I only bring up David, but not the real story of Robert. So for some reason, they're doing this repeatedly here. And I have no idea why. Why are they doing it that way? I have no idea. But it seems to be that they're up to making some kind of trick with Robert. That's usually what that means. That's usually the first, you know, you got to be stupid. First thing, you ought to be looking at that. There's some kind of trick and manipulation going on. That's just me on my end. So I done this video, I do this email, and I send the email off to Robert and David, and only David gets the whole truth. And it wasn't just because that's what I usually do. I've known David a long time, and I just give, it doesn't matter. I just tell him the truth because he's conscious and intelligent. He can take it or leave it. He's like my knowing witness in one way. I just give it to him straight. It's like me with a priest or something. You get it? He can take it or leave it. But he's intelligent enough and conscious enough, and that's the other one. They've been attacking me in regards to David ever since Phoenix, so they're extremely worried about the guy. That tells me shitloads. Literally, they start harping on him, and out of nowhere, and I realize, well, it's because they're worried about him. They start trying to affect me with him, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Well, you're going to be approaching people. And I'm like, Jesus, you must be worried as shit. Hello? After them affecting me so much and constantly doing videos and sending emails off, I figured David's got to be burnt out with me. Next point is, that's why they affected me that way. What they'll do is hijack me and have me obsessive-compulsively do videos about this shit. It's not where I'm at, but I've got to get this cleared up, which is why I'm bringing this up. So I do the video, and there's a mix of two things. There's my anger, and then there's technology anger with technology viewpoints within the video. And I send off the video link to David and to Robert, but I left it as a private link. Holy Jesus, hang on. It was an enormous moth. I thought at first it might be a bat. So anyhow, as I was saying, so I sent the video off to David and Robert, but I managed to leave it as a private link. And they kept hitting me up, well, you're afraid of Alex, you're afraid of Alex. I said to them, how much sense does that make? Alex is balls to the walls, in up to his ears with blood, regardless of whether or not he knows it. He was given an opportunity in his life to do something right, and he failed. And it's still costing lives here. It's just like German agents. Where do you think you are in the scheme of things here? If I'm telling the truth, take a look. In the eyes of God, where do you think Alex is at? He did a lot more than fuck up. And I was like, what's the whole thing about? The truth coming out. Jesus Christ, where do you think Alex is going to be there? If he even finds out the truth of all of this, that it's all real and true, and he gets a look at himself, he's going to get exactly what it is I'm angry about, just like German agents. So, but you all fucked up, believing in FBI agents. That's where you all fucked up. So I'm done with the fake media here, the expert media. Man, I'm done with that shit. And how this is playing out is I'm sending off emails to politicians tonight, copy of my book, short email, and I'm just sending it off to everybody now. And they brought something up, a bolo alert, about a week ago. Quite literally trying to had me title one of my video titles. I made a mental note, okay? They affected me for using that title. Never posted the video public. And I was like, why would I want to be using a bolo alert? So no doubt they've got this alert for all politicians. Oh, he's crazy and this and that. Yeah, that's because it's all real and true, and the FBI's in the world of shit. And they don't want politicians waking up to it. That is exactly what that's about. So then they're like, we're going to arrest you, and on and on. That's all over. All the threats they're making here to me is based on something which doesn't exist in regards to me. All they're doing is communicating to me, well, we've already lied to people here. Politicians, by the way. Hello? And we've passed off a profile you don't even have to them. I put 2 music videos up at the end of this video I produced from earlier today, and I put 2 music videos up at the end. And they're like, well, that's going to prove you're egotistical and you're all about war and this and that. I'm like, tell them whatever you want. That's the point. It's not about me. It's about you. That's the point. You are off in your own narrative here, and you are fighting an imaginary war with me. Actually, you fucked up, and you've got consequences now. Because you fucked up. This is gross. It's beyond. There's no words for the amount of negligence and incompetence that's going on here. So they can alert whoever they want and lie through their teeth. I said, there's so much injustice going on here now. You'll be lucky if God doesn't hook me up with the lottery here, and the first thing I'll be doing is fucking all of you. The truth is coming out. I will spend every last penny and dime on getting this exposed now. You're not dumping an imaginary profile on me anymore and attacking me over it and killing over it. I don't give a fuck who you are. So, getting back to Alex here and the alternative media, I was one more that came up. I was like, well, you know, this isn't even new. I knew all the way back in February. This was me communicating with the FBI. They're like, well, you know we're affecting you. Because they're looking at, well, we're nuking you off the planet. You're hijacked. That's how they're looking at it. You're hijacked with technology anger, technology viewpoints. It's constantly about Alex. And I was like, no, actually, the people I'm angriest at the most are you fucks and Horvat and our officers. German agents come underneath that. One more they're trying to do, make it all about German agents. They're stupid as shit. We're going to pose the music videos, German agents, and you're after German agents. Make it into whatever you want. This is where you've been the entire time. That's your fucking problem. The guy cutting the pig's head off, that's about physical violence. The fuck it is. So Patsie's in a world of shit here. That's about Patsy. Patsie's been cutting off her own fucking head. She's sitting on the top of a dangerous mess that's going to get a lot of people killed, and she knows it. She's just following orders, and it's going to get all sorts of people killed. That is what that's about, herself included. She is her own suicide, you fuck-ups. And they knew all of this. They just never bothered telling you. They're too busy selling a perspective I don't have, assholes. And that's all of you who have fucked up. So I want to get back to a point. So what Horvat's tried to make this all about is anger. And this is her shtick and spiel for selling to German agents. You got to be balls to the walls incompetent. This just pisses me off even more. And this is how they don't get goddamn honest answers. I'm like, yeah, that's it. It's not how I communicate it to them. I let them keep their goddamn ignorance. You're just going to sell, hello, it's about the truth. It's just about you falsely accusing me. Fuck you. Fuck you. So, there they go, wiping out the point. Right. So that's what they've tried making it about. I've been held in 22 years extra. All because they didn't double check, but we'll get back to that one. 22 years extra. All this shit done to me, my girls in Germany, our dead pets, dead loved ones, and all of it. And they finally get all the information they need in regards to me, my psychology, my profile, and they can get their mess cleaned up, and instead they go killing again. And they go, well, it's about your anger. That right there is what it's about. You get it? That right there. For you to be making it about anger, you've got to be serious. You got to be a single cell organism here. No, this is about the enormity of the mess here and the goddamn insanity of it while it continues to fucking go on. Nothing on God's green earth is stopping me. This is coming out. Everybody's finding out their mistakes, and it is getting goddamn ended. And yes, now I'm pissed as shit. So no stone unturned. In interviews, I will be every single fucking point. Just like I goddamn told you. You chose your experience. You got cause and effect, whether you like it or not. You could have goddamn cleaned up your mistakes, and you didn't do it. That's the next point. The Germans had actually looked. They would have been forced into realizing, well, either Horvat made mistakes or it's deliberate. And that's what American agents are worried about here, Horvat and officers included. So they've just tried maintaining all of the lies and like nothing's new. It's always been this way. They just lied through their teeth and sold technology effects. German agents are all backwards here. So they can't recognize common sense in regards to a goddamn thing I do. It's common sense what anybody in my shoes here does. So it is getting ended, and I am contacting all of these politicians. And we are going public here. And I will be suing the fuck out of Dawn and the FBI, period. So that is your mess. It's not knocking me off at random here. You most certainly will be using technology for it. So, but this is coming to an end, and it starts tonight. You know, I figure they already approached the Russians, and that's when I sent that. I brought it up in the goddamn emails. In the email I sent off to the embassy. This is what they've done in the past, but the Russians have been clueless about what's been going on. See, if they had looked at what I gave them, they would be like, all sorts of shit makes sense now. Now we see you in regards to all sorts of shit. They didn't do it. They're still mislabeling all sorts of shit based on the fact that they didn't. It's not on me, man. But that's always been how I know they haven't been passing on the truth to Germans, the FBI here. So, Jurgen and Beata have been sold a total fantasy land as to how I actually am. They have no idea. They believe these technology computer programs on me are actually me. That's how fucking balls to the walls, out to lunch they are. So supposedly they've got it all set up. We're going to lie to every politician. Well, that's a statement of the amount of trouble they're in. We're going to kill you before you get interviews. That is also a statement of the amount of trouble they're in. We just killed your cat. That is also a statement of the amount of trouble they're in. We're going to kill your girlfriend. Guaranteed. She's a witness. Same goddamn reason and same goddamn reason why. She's a witness. We're getting rid of her. So, they bring up things with me which I hadn't even considered. They were bringing up, well, you'll get your girlfriend to be a witness for Ted Cruz. I hadn't even thought about it. I have no idea, but once it's brought up, that's just how it gets sold. So just let them keep their ignorance. They just killed the cat over not finding out. That is a statement of them. We know, and we're killing over it. They're reacting to, do you realize the profile German agents believe I have is subliminal, and I'm not even aware of it. Major, you ought to have red flags, alarms, bells, and whistles going off in regards to that one. That means it's exactly how I say it is. They are reading into something that's not there. It's an imaginary invented world. But this is the secret agent level and the secret psychology. And actually, they've got my psychology all wrong. Understanding my psychology is not even that difficult. It gets difficult and complicated when you start believing all the lies, and then you can't even figure out where I'm at with honeypots. Honeypots are a threat. What do you think they do? They get in with guys, and they kill them, or they claim they got raped, or by the guy they're dating, the target, hello, or they do this, they spy on you. They'll take pictures of your notes and shit. Your notebook will be gone. You won't even know it. They'll make a copy, put it back, all this shit. I was observing this when I was dating Dawn, after the FBI activated her. But that was much later in my relationship with Dawn here. But this is what they do. I don't even think we were dating at that point anymore. I think that was the next year. But, so, hello? But take a look. German agents couldn't figure it out because they're looking at me as delusional. Well, he's delusional. And he's looking at having a relationship with a honeypot. Yeah, based on me and my psychology, people waking up, cleaning up their mistakes here, And, that's the point. If if German agents start looking and they clean shit up, which is never going to happen, but this is the point. They'd be like, well, okay, we see you a lot better now in regards to all sorts of shit. And I'd be like, no shit. And then maybe you're going to be able to try hit me up with, well, it wasn't accidental or something. And at that point, I could care less. You get it? You got no witness, and you can keep any suspicions you have. That's where I've been, because I'm going free, and this is finished for me. You have peaceful resolutions, or you have the conflict you have now. You chose that, not me. Point is, where I was with honeypots was based on what I am trying to achieve. Peaceful resolutions, and you are awake to my real profile, therefore you realize I was never a threat to agencies. And when you realize that, you realize I'm not a threat to agencies in the future, never mind the coming fascist system here, you dumb assholes. So, and then, yeah, I could be with a honeypot. Because they already know I'm not a threat, and honeypots, they're agents. They are agency trained. And they get the world around them better than most people. They're not on my level, but they're similar to me in a lot of ways. So that makes things a lot easier from the very beginning. But they've still got to qualify. It's got to be somebody worthy. You got to be conscious and intelligent. I'm about being with somebody who is conscious and intelligent and consciously growing and changing and evolving together. I'm not about being with ignorant jackasses. This is who the FBI is constantly, the women they have put in front of my face. I got to change subject. I just remembered. This is what I'm talking about. This is not me. This is them. First email I sent off was to somebody else from the alternative media. And he had bad experiences with CoinelPro and the FBI many decades ago in his life. That's an understatement. And so one more person I thought who would be, who could smell a rat here in regards to the FBI. So, and again, and I was totally hijacked for that. So, but I was angry at Alex, and I was like, man, fuck Alex. But I wouldn't have brought Alex up with him. He had just been on his show, on Alex's show, but I still wouldn't have done that. I was like, I remember they're affecting me, and then I remember reading it a few times, and then I remember I was thinking they'll probably try and sell it as I'm angry at him also. I was surprised in one way. I finally realized, well, he's gotten some of my emails, but this was months and months ago. And he came up again, and I double-checked, do I have his right email address? He brought up something else in the interview. No, it's the same one. And so I sent him an email off, but I did get hijacked for it. And that put my guard up, and I was like, that was one of the last things. They'll probably sell it as I'm angry at him and attacking him indirectly. And I was like, well, they could just do... let him think whatever he wants. That's the point. I've been sending him emails, no response, but I wasn't actually angry at the guy. I got it. Okay, he's having no contact. But, what am I supposed to say to that? He's just off to the side for me. It doesn't matter. He's made his mistakes, that much I do get. But I've reached this point, fuck everybody, the truth's coming out, and once it does, everybody is going to be in a lot of shock here. That's where I'm at. Fuck everybody. You fucked up, you went along with fuck-ups, the FBI here, they're lying through their teeth and goddamn manipulating, and once you find out, you're going to realize how you fucked up. Furthermore, everybody's been tricked here. Just by lies. And invented shit. This is why I keep saying it's like believing David Icke is a Jew hater. You only believe that by not finding out one goddamn thing about him in the first place. So then they're talking to me, we're going to have you arrested for sending my book off to politicians, and this and that, we're going to sell it as it's all about your anger and this and that. Fuck the FBI. That is all lies. Don't tell me I don't have a right to be angry. But it's got nothing to do with my decision making. But take a look at German agents. They don't understand that I've got common sense. That is why they cannot figure anything out. They just believe their technology. They're fucked. And I am having their fucking asses. Who the fuck are they kidding? They're finished. But they were already there in the first fucking place. All they done is piss me off. Good for you. Wait till you find out the truth. See how goddamn intelligent you look then, agents. Fuck the FBI, by the way. They keep sitting on me in regards to all sorts of shit. I don't get to be angry when I should be in the snap. Fuck them. So, yeah, that's it. But that's what happened with them hijacking me in regards to Alex. And they're like, well, we'll send the video off because this is what they've been doing. This is how everybody's been their suckers. I'll have a video up at YouTube, not posted. And sometimes they even get me to post videos where I've been affected heavily. And I don't even know it. It hasn't happened too much, but they've done it before. Quite a bit last year when I think about it. But the point is, I'll have videos up, but they're not posted publicly. That's because I've been affected. So, behind the scenes, no doubt, showing people videos where I'm affected and passing it off is real and true. Oh, look, you're getting a secret look at his life. This is what they tell Jurgen and Beata. And Jurgen or Beata is posing as PATSIE or Horvat. How do you think it is? Just like real life. Horvat and her officers are rogue agents who've done all this shit, including killing pets here, among other things, torturing my family, affecting us heavily, hijacking us, remote controlling us, torturing us, on and on and on here. So where do you think we're at here? And then we've got PATSIE here, who is also lying, holding me in, and doing all of this also. When those are the circumstances, and I am not the person they're selling, how do you think that works? Oh no, this is going public, and everybody's getting to the bottom of the truth here, which is what will happen once I get interviews. They know it, and I know it. This is why they've been worried about Patrick. They're worried about somebody asking intelligent questions. They brought Patrick up, and I was like, oh yeah, that would be great. Somebody who asks really good questions. That's exactly what I want. He would be trying to find out the perspective and what it was like, and the tricks of the FBI, and this and that, and no doubt he'll be skeptical about me. That's fine. But I've got nothing to hide. That's the difference between me and the FBI. So, but this is what they've been worried about, the truth coming out. You got to be balls to the walls, delusional yourself to think that this book coming out is made up. My girlfriend is not signing on with goddamn idiots. It's up to me to get this mess ended, period. I have no idea if I were to get politicians to wake up, if I would ask her to get involved at this point. But Horvat brought it up and just made it all about that, so that's the way it is. This is not about being accurate. So kill away, Jurgen and Beata. That's where we're at. You've been doing it anyhow. You've not figured out my perspective with you the entire time, fuck-ups. All you have to do is ask yourself, well, if it's real and true, how would it be for me? Hello? This is what I'm talking about. It's not difficult to get my psychology here and where I'm coming from. So I'm contacting politicians now. I'm going to be sending off the emails, but that's what happened. That's why the video never got posted. But I had to fight a lot of technology, and they got away with affecting me with, no, I don't know if I was, no, I didn't get to bring it up with 3 people. I ended up sending 3 emails while I was still hijacked. That's the point. That's why I was so surprised when I looked at the email I sent off to David. So, But that's the truth of what they did and how they did it. Their failure, I think, was the reason why their hijacking didn't work here is because I didn't have my eggs all my eggs in the basket with Alex. That would be stupid after 2023. The FBI was surprised. They're looking, well, you know you're being affected you're nuked. You ought to be responding. And they see that's not how it works. They're noting, I am noting, I'm being affected heavily. And from their perspective, they're like, well, this ought to be working our way. This is how it would work with anybody else. So they see there's other shit working here. This is what they're trying to find out, and this is why they let me do this video. Common sense is not difficult to understand. So can you imagine them arresting me? And I'll be pointing this all out in the courtroom anyhow? Can you imagine? And do you know what I'll be doing? I'll still be taking the FBI to court. The FBI said, well, we put you in prison, this and that. First thing you do, you're getting out. What are you going to be doing with your time, your energy? Hey, I'm going after you. This is not finished until the truth has come out now. That is it with everybody fucking up in my life and everybody getting away with fucking up and letting all these people who are stabbing everybody else in the back, letting them get away with it. For every single politician out there, they are lying to you when you are approached. And the same thing for Russian agents. And take a look at how stupid everybody has been here. You believe I am a cartoon because otherwise this is real and true. Got that one? Who is selling the cartoon? So, that's the one that burns my ass the most. So, you know, it's just like David Icke being a Jew hater. It's absolutely absurd that how much time has anybody spent looking at things and thinking about things? I'm the one speaking the truth. So take a look at what they're selling you, and when you realize it's all lies, then you see how they're lying to you. It's that simple. So that's it for the video. Yes, they did hijack me. They're like, well, send the video off to Alex and all these people. And I'm like, hey, I could care less. Do what you're going to do. People think they're getting a secret snapshot of my life. Actually, you're looking at a video where I'm being affected with technology. It's not all me. That's the point. It's not me as me being angry. And I was angry. But that is not the point. A video of me being angry and a video of them affecting me is totally different. Now that I think about it, this is a point they bumped out. They tried doing this with one other person from alternative media, hijacking me, making me angry at him. Hello? He's just a part of the sea of people who have fucked up here at this point. But, you know, he experienced Coinal Pro stuff and has not woken up. So, but again, you know, it's not about they've got to believe. I'm just finished with them. Okay, you fucked up. That's it. Still send emails once in a while. But, you know, that's it. There's never going to be any contact. You fucked up. If the truth were to come out tomorrow, as these agents now, I'm not having dealings with almost all people who have fucked up here. You know, I want nothing to do with Alex and Steve and, you know, a whole bunch of people here. When the truth comes out, people can know they made their mistakes and they're a bunch of fuck-ups. And that's it. My focus is on the FBI and Dawn here. And getting the truth out about all of this. So, but they did try this also with one other person from alternative media a few weeks back, whatever, last couple of months. And same thing. You know, it's not where I'm at. So, but this is what I deal with. So if you're approached by the FBI, ask yourself, what are their motives? What do they have to gain? And why is it set up that they gain everything? And you never find out. Everybody leaves them in the middle, and they are controlling the information. They lie about my technology feelings, my technology thoughts, my perspective in regards to everything. That's the whole point. It's an artificial profile. So, this is what they're worried about. If I'm speaking in front of a hearing, I'm going to be speaking to that hearing as somebody that gets agency tactics. And it's going to be obvious. I am explaining bare basics to people, and these are bare basic tricks that have been used on everybody here. You do not know because you never found out. It's that simple. So that's it. I was uploading my video and had to do this on my other tablet, so I'm going to turn it up and record. July 16th, 4:15 a.m. I've got only a minute of space. They just brought up Jurgen here. It's a message from Jurgen to me about killing our cat. And they already wiped the memory and my response. But the point is, Jurgen was so out in outer space about my psychology. That is what pissed me off, is he's quite literally, he thinks he's teaching me a lesson, and I'm out to lunch. And it's because of me. Actually, he's wrong on all of those points, and the way that he got there is he didn't listen to one fucking thing I communicated the entire way. So then they had a response prepared, or at least they just reversed it. Like like it's a communication from him, and he hasn't woken up to a goddamn thing. He literally took part in killing our cat out in Germany. I got the message from our daughter while editing the video. I haven't even been able to go to WhatsApp yet. And the point is, he is off in outer space about where I've been the entire time. So he's acting like I've been taught a lesson. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. If he had actually listened to what it is I've communicated and got where I'm coming from the entire time and way here, if he had actually cleaned up the mistakes of his fucking agency going back, because he actually, but I was angry as shit, because he actually thinks he gets my psychology and that he's pointing my psychology out to me. Holy fuck, he has no idea as to how angry I am. Then he writes off my anger as, well, he's on the money. And that's why I get angry, and I'm not honest with myself. This is quite literally the shit they've been sold. And he got here by not cleaning up a goddamn thing I pointed out about my real profile. Furthermore, they've never had my motives right here in the first place. All the way around, they continued to believe the lies, and they just took part in killing our goddamn cat out in Germany. Hello? They're focused on shit that has no meaning. You know, as a point, they pointed out to me, they brought up, I used to call Jurgen the Oilo, which means the owl. They brought this up in the last 2 days. They're fucking with my memory, but it was the last 2 days. And then I've noticed they remote control an owl out here at times. They remote control animals around here, period. There's a story about them remote controlling a poisonous snake onto our patio. They pick up on the energy fields of creatures living around me. This is how they do this. Think of radar from World War II movies to get an idea. So I had to figure that out on my own. I finally figured it out. But now they're bumping out the point. Right, so then I realized, well, I bet the reason why they brought that up is because of the remote control owl. It's a signal that stuff that's coming up with me when I'm being, interrogated, hit up with all this junk and shit. Boy, that explains the junk, by the way. Because they hit me up with stuff all of the time, these agents, which they know isn't real or true. Actually, the FBI is behind the scenes here, been getting real information from me in regards to my profile, and they never passed it on. It's how I know Jurgen and Beata are tricked. The only thing they've been able to do is wipe my memory and then affect me, hijack me into believing, well, maybe they're awake. They affect me with a singular viewpoint. It's not the bigger picture. They finally figured that one out in the last 2 or 3 months here. So they had a computer program set up like it's a message from Jurgen. I wasn't paying attention to the owl. It's a cue card that Jurgen is the one asking the questions. And Jurgen, boy, this is a perfect example of how incompetent they are. I'm addressing agents who are guilty. In other words, how I address Horvat or how I address the FBI here is different than how I address German agents. Yet they think, and there's a reason why, it's just like real life. You deal with people and the level they're on and the consciousness level they're on. This is where Germans are totally fucking stupid. You've been lied to about all of this. Jesus, you're incompetent. This is what made me so fucking angry when you hit me up with this shit. They had this computer program set up ahead of time. They knew I would realize it. And it was Jurgen communicating to me, I'm not paying attention. It doesn't change the reality of what's going on here. He's focused on his own magical effects. He literally is tricking him with his own special effects here. Remote controlling an owl. And he was posing as Horvat and no doubt PATSIE here. And he feels like now he's getting the real hidden story, how I really feel for him. Man, he has no idea of what he's talking about. That is based on the reality of the circumstances with these agents. But it also explains why I've been getting hit up with so much stupid shit. So congratulations, you just gloated over killing our cat over your own fucking mistakes, asswipe. One size does not fit all here. This is where you're delusional all over again. You are not the same as Horvat, nor are you the same as the FBI here, imbecile. Just like your life, you fucking retard. Look at how fucking blind you are to basic realities, you fucking prick. Take a look. How you were with Tomas is not how you would be with other people from the bar. It's based on the circumstances, isn't it, you idiot? Oh, I know what it was. Oh, I trust you. No, I'm taking you at face value. Taking you at face value and just giving you an honest answer. And they also blocked my memory of having just killed our cat. And quite literally, I got that message during, just a little while ago. I'm adding this note now. It's much later. I paused the video. Taking you at face value and just giving you an honest answer, you idiot. And then you're like, look, I tricked you. Holy shit, you're stupid. Where did you think I was coming from, you fucking retard? This is the point. I am pointing out your mistakes, where I'm coming from, and I see you because you fucked up. Then you have the nerve. This is in real time, you little fucking retard. Then you have the nerve to accuse me of being delusional about where I'm at. That is proof positive that you have fucked up. You cannot analyze a goddamn thing here. That's the entire point. You can't even recognize common sense. Who put you there? I didn't. And look at how arrogant you are. Congratulations, you killed one more fucking family member over your fucking mistakes. That is a statement how balls to the walls incompetent you are. He didn't point out my psychology. He responded to a psychology I don't even have. That's the point. That is what he addressed. He addressed viewpoints I don't even have. He doesn't get giant shit about me, but this is how fucking arrogant he is. Absolutely amazing. He thinks this must be it. I didn't get his cue card. And that's always a death card with the Native American thing. I always figured, well, they're giving me a death threat with the owl here, because it's a Native American thing. The owl is a symbol of death, the bringer of death. And I always took that as Horvat and her officers, typically. But it's beside the point. My first focus is, I know they're remote controlling the goddamn owls around here. The next point is, I know that they're using it as a way of communicating a death threat. They do this every time they hit me up with their bullshit interrogation sessions here. The FBI is trying to get to the bottom of my profile and Horvat and her officers while maintaining all these enormous lies about my profile with German agents. They're so stupid, they haven't questioned anything. Oh, right, so I want to get to this point. So now they're sitting on my anger towards them. And the point is, they're not changing anything. The reason why they do that is to hide my profile in the first place. When I get angry, they hijack me with technology, anger, and viewpoints. This is what happened with the one video. I never posted it publicly, but they were still affecting me, and I sent it off to 2 people. It's a miracle. I got to send David a clear-headed email. But I didn't get to tell him in the moment what was going on. And the FBI noted, well, I noted constantly and repeatedly that they're affecting me with technology. Even though they're affecting me very heavily, I'm picking up on it. So that's what the FBI was doing behind the scenes. They see, I recognize I'm being affected heavily. I can't tell everything, but I can tell I'm being affected heavily. So they got me to send off that video, which is, it's not public. It's a private link, and I sent it off to 2 people, one being David. And then I got to finally, I sent him an email explaining it to him. Because he's the one I've always, just been open and honest with and just given everything to, because he's the one that's got a brain. If I were speaking to my parents, Jurgen, how do you think that would be? I cannot speak the same way to my mother as David. You idiot. That's the point. You label that as lying and manipulating. You think that you posing as Horvat or you posing as PATSIE here is you getting an inside look. Boy, you're fucking stupid. It's no different with you. You operate with people based on where they're at, you fuck up. I wasn't trying to lie and manipulate. That's the entire point. You've got only 2 options. If you actually look, you either realize it's all deliberate, or you believe Horvat and her officers screwed up in the profiling department, because Horvat put her profile all over mine, you fucking idiot. That is where I was coming from. And you looked at it all as manipulating, you fuck up. And this is another one. You've been told I've got to be angry to tell you the truth. Boy, you're full of shit. You're just being lied to silly here. And then you're ass backwards. And then you're like, what was it that you just communicated here? And you thought you tricked me. No, you didn't trick me. I'm just being open and honest with you. You could approach me like a normal person, you fuck up. Who sold you the theory? You gotta piss me off. So then take a look. Your hands are filthy here, pal. Man, fuck you and fuck Beata and fuck your agency. You got no excuse. The next point is you haven't changed how I'm going to do my business here in interviews, you fuck up. That is how angry I am in the first fucking place. Because of that, you are never getting what you want, regardless of what you do with goddamn technology. And if you start hijacking me in interviews, I'll just release everything. I'll be like, well, that's it. We're getting this ended right now. And you'll be killing me, and that's fine by me. But man, I'm gonna release everything. If you affect me in interviews, that's the way it goes. You don't have my profile right, and I'm not kissing your ass over your mistakes. Go fuck yourself. You just killed our fucking cat, you dumb asshole, over your mistakes. How did you get there? You didn't listen to one word. You were pretending to be an agent. You were being clever in your own mind. And you're playing games which have nothing to do with reality. Oh, I didn't pick up the owl as a sign of you at times. Who gives a shit? It's got nothing to do with reality. You smoked your own fucking technology tricks, you idiot. How does that change one goddamn thing? I still know where you've been at and your agency the whole time here, you asswipe. What do you think's been going on here? They've been getting real profile information, and it hasn't been by torturing me, you fuck up. Point is, they're not passing it on to you, and it's blatantly obvious. What do you think I'm doing in the middle of this at this point? Fuck you. You blame me for your mistakes? You can't analyze basic realities. That's how you made all your fucking mistakes. You haven't been honest about how your agency fucked up here either. But this is going to be obvious for all sorts of people. Man, you're fucked. So, I believe that's it. That's it for those videos. There was something at the beginning I wanted to add a point to it. I don't remember what it is. It's something I think they can get away with lying about. Bottom line, if you understand I'm speaking the truth about everything here, just take a look at what it is they tell you. They plop down lies on top of the truth. Already you're misdirected just by smoking their bullshit. Oh, it's stalking. Oh, we're using the technology this way. Boy, that's the biggest lie of all. Oh, he's feeling this, or oh, he's thinking that. All of that shit is shit they lie about daily. While they approach me and hit me up with computer programs for getting to the bottom of my real psychology. They haven't passed on the real my real profile and my psychology to German agents. That's always the measurement here. They are not awake. I am still in the circumstances. Next point is they could have done it on their own. But for a lot of people who are professionals as agents and in the psychology department, they're going to realize that how they have analyzed things and done things here is fucking balls to wall sloppy. And that is how they got there. They've never given a shit about finding out if this is true or not. This is why they can't recognize common sense in regards to how I do my shit. They believe I'm delusional, therefore they think it must be some delusional explanation. And that's exactly what they do. They then invent a delusional explanation instead of see my psychology. The next point is, it's not even rocket science. Most people out there, based on my circumstances, if they were wearing the shoes, they would be the same way. That is the entire point. They brought up how they got away with lying to Jurgen. Pee-wee hijacked me out in Phoenix. Like, I'm going to make a deal with Pee-wee here. And the reality is, I didn't trust Pee-wee. It never would have happened. I got hijacked in ways that Jurgen and Beata don't understand, but the most important point is I see they weren't told the truth about it. So, which was impossible for me to believe, seeing as how I was being affected all of the time in video. Heavily and extremely. I thought they had to have been told the truth in regards to some of this shit, but they weren't. So, well, you're out to lunch on that one. Out to lunch isn't even good enough. You're way off in outer space. But my point is, the first thing I communicated to these agents was, well, that never would have happened if Pee-wee hadn't hijacked me in the first place. Next point is, these agents know that. So, you know, it's the same shit these agents are doing out here. That is the point. I'm getting to bring things up when they've got lies prepared and tricks for getting away with lying. That's how that works. But the point is, quote, making a deal here with the FBI and how they can handle waking up German agents and stuff. It wasn't about tricking them. It's been based on reality in the first fucking place. That's the entire point. I figured at least the FBI at the beginning, but then I also got hijacked. This is the point. At the beginning, I was thinking, well, the FBI is kind of fucked here. I'm finally going to get to be able to explain my profile here. and German agents would wake up. You fucked up, and this is my actual profile. It was that simple. And instead, what Pee-wee did was hijack me heavily and then pass it off as mine, which is incredible and hard to believe because I got hijacked so heavily. The videos that were done didn't begin to be me. And, you know, as a point, David gets the truth of that one. It must be that he does. So, I mean, that's the point. David's known me for such a long time at this point, and he could take a look at the first years and take a look at where things are at now and take a look at Phoenix and here. And he can see that clearly technology has been misused and it's been lied about. Maybe he doesn't get where or what have you. You know, but the point is, I always just point out the truth. Their biggest weapon, one of their weapons out in Phoenix, was to sit on me so that I couldn't point out what they're doing to me. But there was also more involved. I finally got, they're trying to affect me now. Now they're trying to find out information about that. This is what they're hiding from people. I made that work for me, and based on Pee-wee being, you know, this is where Pee-wee screwed up. I already been stabbed in the back by the CIA. He thought I was going to trust him. Boy, is he fucking stupid. He fucked up on that point in regards to all sorts of shit. But when it came to my doing videos, he hijacked me heavily to make sure that I couldn't begin to speak as myself. That's the entire point. Stuff I'm bringing up here, a lot of it is stuff I brought up with these agents many, many months ago. And now when I try to bring stuff up in video, they fuck with my memory so that I'm not giving accurate statements. I think I'm off. Seems to be constantly. It's 6 months, but then they're affecting me into thinking it's 3. Because there was one thing I brought up here, and they stopped blocking my memory. They stopped screwing with it, and I was like, no, this is further back. They're doing it constantly. They're passing it off as mine. Passing it off as my memory's not good. No, they're just fucking with me. Passing off technology effects as being mine. That's the entire point. So let's get back to the original point. I've had less than 2 hours of sleep here. Let's get back to the original point. So they said Pee-wee passed off. I was trying to cut a deal with him. Oh, well, you were talking about manipulating German agents with technology. That one's hilarious. Boy, you talk about fucked up in the heads. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what that was about. That was about them exposing what's actually going on to German agents, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not happening. They are absolute fuck-ups, and then you're going to go telling them, and then all of a sudden they're going to start pretending they're agents, go in with guns blazing, and they're going to get everybody killed. So I told them, if you're going to do that, make sure you affect them so they don't fuck up. You got that one goddamn right. Man, you are a fucking imbecile. You do not analyze reality, and you throw out common basic sense for your viewpoints. And you've done it the entire way. You put yourself there, and you're about to find out you just killed our cat. One more dead loved one out of your own fucking ignorance, and you didn't double check jack shit. So now, since this got brought up, let's do more. In Wuppertal, same thing, the CIA agents bringing up with me, well, what about Horvat made mistakes? And I was like, well, Horvat did make mistakes. Up until 2010, Horvat and her officers did not know my real profile. That's when they found out about the Enlightenment thing, and that I'd just been on this path the whole time in front of their faces. They couldn't figure out what it is I'm always looking at. Truth. I analyze things with the intent and goal of finding out what the truth is. That's why I'm good at physics, you asshole. Points to my profile directly. You're balls to the walls incompetent. You're like a bunch of little kids who can't handle the real circumstances here. You're a bunch of goddamn fakes, and it's an entire agency. Go fuck yourselves. Goddamn all of you to hell. So I was like, well, that's true to a point, maybe. But then I was like, no, I'm not going to live this lie. It's total bullshit. So I wouldn't go along with it. So then you go, well, that's contradiction. That's because you're not looking at my psychology, asshole. You're just going on looks, you fucking amateur. Your ass is mine, Jurgen. Man, your ass is mine. And Beata's. So, take a look at how you've analyzed things here. So then here in Phoenix, I'm like, well, you're not going to... Take a look here, asshole. Take a look at what you did not figure out on your own, you fuck up. So... And yeah, I get it. This is not just about you. Once again, you fuck up. If I didn't point it out, this is why I don't point shit like this out to you, because you're so fucking ignorant. It doesn't matter if I do. So we'll just skip that one. So yeah, so then out in Phoenix, I'm like, well, you're not going to catch Horvat and her officers. You're in the same position as the CIA. You're going to play a waiting game, and I knew this from the very beginning. You're going to play a waiting game, and just like the CIA here, you're not going to tell German authorities, which I told them from the beginning, that's what you need to do. You've got one shot at this, and you need to be telling German authorities from the beginning. You got to take responsibility for it. They didn't do it. They didn't tell you about any of this shit, did they, you fuck up? Now you think I'm delusional in regards to recent memories. You fucking... you're beyond stupid. So I said to the FBI, well, you get I'm real and true. You get my real profile here. You get I've been telling the truth. This is what you got to do. And the FBI didn't do it. You got to tell German authorities, period. End of story. Where I was is, well, this is now, you're in the same boat as the CIA. This is between this is between you and Horvat and her officers. I'm going free. I'm about my freedom here. Because you're not going to do anything. The reality is they're worried about damaged relations with Germany. Strangely enough. So what are they doing? They're doing nothing in regards to an extremely dangerous mess, you little asswipe. Take a look at how much time you spent thinking about a goddamn thing. Take a look at how much time your agency spent thinking about this back in 2002, asshole. You can't handle real life. You've not analyzed with finding out what the truth is as being your intentions and goal. Fucking amateur. So this is where I was with the FBI, all the way back in Phoenix at the very beginning. You're not going to get them, and holding me in is a lie. You're doing what? Actually, what Special Ray and the head of the CIA was doing is claiming, well, we're collecting more information. Somehow we'll find a way of getting them out, playing them on their psychology and this and that, and it's all a lie. Everybody knows this. It's the lie in the living room. It's the pink elephant in the living room with the heads of agencies here, USA agencies. It's a lie. The only reason why they're holding me and stalking and, quote, collecting more information is so that Special Ray here doesn't look like a fuck up for not alerting German authorities in the first place. That is why. You got a real dangerous mess, and take a look at your clown world. So take a look at your perspective. You wrote it off as I'm lying and manipulating in regards to German agencies. That's because you are so identified with your homies here, you don't understand what is actually going on, you fucking amateur. This is what this is about. They are black and you are black. You are homie to homie. They are white and you are white. Homie to homie. This is about your goddamn stereotypes and your goddamn prejudices in the first place, which is how your agency fucked up from day one. Your analyzing is out in the open. In the last video I goddamn did. That is how you did it. You think the FBI gave it to me? This is what I pointed out to them. They see me noting this, and then they looked, well, what am I looking at? What do you think I meant by out in Phoenix? Tell them to lower the technology so I can explain myself. Never let it happen. In the meantime, they're not affecting me, and I'm giving them real profile information all the way back in Phoenix and here. I gave them a fair chance. And all they did was stab me in the back, you fucking asshole. That is why I am absolutely clear about where the fuck the FBI is. I gave them every opportunity to get this ended, and they didn't do it, you fuck up. Well, here's another point. I see the lie and manipulation they're getting away with the video I did yesterday. They're just finding this information out. Oh no. FBI knew about all of this. I see they've quite literally reversed shit. When I get to be normal, they're selling, well, it's us. We gave it to them. We're affecting them. They're not affecting me at all. In fact, what they got is a memory cage on me, so I can only bring up so much, you fucking asswipe. This is all shit I gave them in which they were getting behind the scenes while I was trying to explain to you what I gave to them, and they were affecting me, so I couldn't do it, you fucking amateur. You thought you tricked me with this computer program like you're speaking to me normally? Of course, they had to block the memory of our cat being killed and my finding out within the hour before. But you think I was being tricked? I'm just responding to you being normal with me and me giving you an honest answer. It's what I've been doing the entire time in the first place, fuck up. That's the point. I was open and honest with these agents even here, not just Phoenix, in regards to profile information. And they did not pass it on to you, asshole. That is why when I finally get to give you what I gave them, you think I'm delusional and they're feeding me a fake profile. Actually, getting the real profile information, asshole. Think I'm going to give them more profile information when they haven't passed on what I already gave them and it's enough for you understanding you had everything wrong to begin with? You fuck up? Of course not. Jesus, you're stupid. So then you went labeling that as lying and manipulating. Go fuck yourself. Double check your facts before you go claiming shit you don't actually fucking know, asshole. I'm not even going to tell you the truth of it. Fuck you. You can start finding this out in interviews, you prick, you piece of fucking shit. Man, you should have double-checked. You should have considered the possibilities. What are you going to do when you find out the truth? Apologize? You're going to be sitting there and you're going to be like, man, I'm fucked. I fucked up. It's going to be all of you. You're going to be obvious for what you are. You do not get to live these lies about yourself anymore. Take a look at all the fucking up here you've done and how you've done it. So getting back to the earlier point here, take a look at the CIA and Wuppertal. And I said, no, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's a lie. Because Horvat did know the truth after 2010. The next point is she had deliberately held me in stalking regardless. Then take a look at where I'm at in Phoenix, you fucking asshole. I was different. Things changed. How do you think that is? CIA already burned me, and take a look at the FBI here, you fuck up. What's different? I realize the FBI is not going to go after him either. Hello? So finished. That's between the FBI and the CIA and Horvat and her officers. Not my problem anymore. That's the fucking difference, asshole. If you'd spent any time thinking about this, instead of being told what to believe, you wouldn't have fucked up. My point is you didn't double check your own shit here before you went killing again. Your ass is mine, both of you. Man. So, that's it. And what was it? I'm sure Horvat was communicating it. Typical Horvat here. So, it's all about your families now. Somebody should have explained what they themselves knew, going all the way back to Phoenix, to you all. So, you didn't double check jack shit, and nothing I mentioned in the last video is new for the FBI here. Hello? I'll tell you how I fucked the FBI. I told them, well, you wanna know my profile, then you start figuring it out on your own. You keep your goddamn ignorance. You either actually learn to do your fucking jobs, or you're not getting jack shit. You gotta actually work and figure me out here. And that's how they got fucked by me. And they're still fucking themselves. So that's on them, and that's on you. But this lie that you two. Oh, you wait. Once I get this all exposed here, you're going to know that's game over for you two. So, man, I can't wait for that day to happen. You two could have actually, hello? Boy, you're going to get that one. You threw common sense right into the garbage can all over the place. Strangely enough, that's why you couldn't see me, because you labeled it all delusional. You had to, first you looked through the sunglasses of delusional, then you came up with these crazy theories and ideas, which you then believed. That's what you did with our cat here. That's what you brought up with me last night. You quite literally addressed me from viewpoints which I don't even have. You fucked up royally, fuck up. So, once again, world of shit. I see you. You continue to not see me because you didn't clean up your mistakes. So, you go on believing I'm a psychopath here, and this is all getting exposed. I'm going to sleep here, and then I'm sending off this book and emails to every politician except Ted Cruz and Obama here. Since those are the two they've already got picked out and no doubt have already lied to. The moment you start buying into stalking, it's finished. So, but the FBI is not getting away with this lie anymore, and neither are you. And the one that's going to be obvious for everybody else, because everybody else has got common sense. First thing you notice about anybody that's programmed, common sense right in the garbage. How did you get there? And it's all over the place. You do not see my profile as it is because you didn't even look at things from common sense. If you had done it, you would have seen me. Honeypots, perfect example. Why I'm angry, one more perfect example. So you put yourselves there. You're responsible for your own intelligence and your job performance here. So, yes, you're in the world of shit. And I cannot wait for it to get there now. And now it's going to be happening. Politicians here, all of them. And then it's a lawyer and interviews. And then every penny is into exposing this. That's how it's playing out now. And once I get interviews, politicians are going to be wanting to contact me. You're finished. I've nailed you in regards to how you analyze shit here. Furthermore, the FBI already has noted me in regards to analyzing you here, in regards to all of this. They didn't give it to me. I'm only getting to communicate it to you for the first time, you fucking idiot. So you got a lot of nerve accusing me of lying and manipulating. That is you in denial of your homies. Fuck you, you goddamn dumb Nazi. Fuck you. So we're finished here. I refuse to be doing videos for dumbasses. This one's good. They just asked me if I care about Jurgen here, because they brought up in the last 24 hours, if Horvat's on the run, she'll be able to find him and wiretap him very easily. And, just speechless at the question. But right from the beginning, I'm like, this is a great big dangerous mess. In the beginning, I was like, I could care less. That's it exactly. I got to thinking about it, and I was like, man, you are the one who's got to care about your own ass here, not me. But take a look at how Jurgen views it. He views it as, well, I don't give a shit about him. It's like a death threat. You get it? He is the one not doing his job, not figuring out bare basic common sense or reality, period, you name it. He's not thinking at all. That's the one I noticed about Jurgen and Beata in late 2022. And by the end of the summer there, I started to realize, well, I'm finished with him. But the point is, he can't figure out my psychology because here they go. They're wiping my memory. It's, I've got a point to bring up and they're wiping it. It's not a memorized point, but I imagine that's what they've sold to Jurgen the entire time stepping away. He's an absolute moron. The entire point, and the one which he fails to understand, and keep in mind, this is supposed to be an agent. My real psychology points to the fact that this is all actually going on in the first place. And then take a look at the fact that it's been labeled all delusional for him. And then take a look at what he cannot figure out on his own. Man, just simple, bare basic shit, and he's way off in outer space in regards to it. Do you understand? And then people think, you know, the German agents are being paraded around as knowing. And take a look. This is actually the reality of German agents and an entire German agency. And take a look at how they got there. They did this from day one. And this is why my girlfriend will not speak out. I'm on my own here, but that was also our agreement. I would get this mess ended. So they've brought up, well, if politicians interview you, they didn't bring it up. They just basically hit me up with computer programs for what they already believe. And I'm like, okay, well, that's the way that goes. Not going to waste my time arguing with it, but that's not reality. The reality is here, all the mistakes, including this one, which they bumped out. Right, so they're bringing up, would you get your ex involved, Monica, if politicians were to wake up here and you know, the whole thing, it would be a congressional hearing. It would be the end of the FBI. That's the one the FBI gets and I get. This is why, one more reason why I view people as being just balls to walls, insanely incompetent from alternative media. Everybody is a fuck up here. From, you know, until I'm proven wrong here. And, you know, no, I don't view everybody as a fuck up. They're, you know, Patrick, Robert, David, all sorts of people. But I speak of all sorts of people I've dealt with and seen on the internet. And bumped it out. They bumped out the point. And it's getting late and I'm tired. And I don't want to... You know, I'm forced into doing this. I do videos all goddamn day. And I've got to contact politicians here. Where was I here? Oh, I don't know if I would get my ex, Monica, involved. The reality is I don't need to. What's been done here in my life, my own story here, is enough to do everything here. And that's what I communicated to the FBI here. I was like, that's the point. The reason why this shit never enters my head is because it's not how I think in the first place, in one way. It hasn't entered my head because I'm not there, and really it's not there's no need to. That's why they see shit that never enters my head. Yeah, then they bring up their own ideas, and then they pass it off as being mine. It's a load of shit. It's an absolute lie. That's where I get fucked heavily. They run this shit through my head, and then they pass it off as being mine to German fuck-ups. But the point is, take a look at how they analyze shit here. They are balls to the walls incompetent. The reality is, my profile proves that this is all real and going on. They go, well, it can't be real and true. It can't be going on. And they've been told to view everything first with the sunglasses of delusional. Therefore, they read delusion. Their starting point is delusional. They don't start with looking and analyzing and finding out. Hello? So then when they look at things with me, they distort it. Because it's got to be delusional. This is why they couldn't figure out common sense in regards to honeypots. Hello? Honeypots are dangerous. I think a lot of others out there don't get it, but I do. Look at me. I got fucked by a dirty cop. It took $100,000. Hello? I fucking get it. So, So take a look at how off in outer space German agents and the FBI were. With the FBI out in Phoenix, I was like, Jesus, if you're this stupid, keep your ignorance. They kept trying to figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. They didn't figure it out until out here in the last few months. They're stupid as shit. That is how long it took them to figure out common sense. Let's see. If you wake up to my real profile and you realize I've never been a threat, you fucked up for the last 22 years, and you understand where I'm going here with my writing career and success and money and a name for myself, then you understand I'm not a threat. Never mind the coming fascist grab here, which is going to happen in a period of months, very shortly. I got to get the fuck out of here. That's one more point lost on German agents. I've got no choice but to get this book out in the first place, you fuck-ups. Fuck your imaginary world about me. I deal with reality, not you. That's the entire point. Take a look. You cannot analyze where I'm at with honeypots. It was all about you waking up to the reality of me and this mess being ended. That's what that was about. That's what I've been trying to accomplish here. Positive goals, positive results, and all based on the truth. What did you do? You labeled it all as false, lying and manipulating, delusional. But take a look, you were put there. And that's the point for other people looking at this video. It's not a coincidence. So they label everything delusional. That's why they couldn't figure out common sense in regards to honeypots. They're like, you don't get honeypots are a threat and this and that. And I'm like, man, just keep your ignorance. Hello? So they're balls to the walls incompetent. But the point is they couldn't figure it out because they label everything delusional. Actually, all over the place when you look, my psychology is just common sense. They've mislabeled all of that common sense and they're off in outer space. It's not just with honeypots. It's with fuckloads. Hello? And my point is, it's because they view everything first as delusional. Right there, they just distort everything. You understand? But it's not a coincidence. The reality is, when you see me here, and this is why I brought up with them the UFO thing. A guy sees a UFO, and you just label everything about him delusional now, because you don't believe he saw a UFO. Actually, he saw a UFO, and it didn't change everything about his psychology. It changed his understanding of God and the world, and his consciousness and his understanding of shit, sure, but it didn't change all sorts of shit. Therefore, he is the same person all over the place. It's no different with me. So they just shit-can common sense in regards to me because they know I'm delusional. That's the point. They are reading I'm delusional into everything. Does everybody understand? This is how balls to the walls incompetent they are, with me pointing it out to them. You get it? And in regards to Monica, Monica never came up for me because it's not necessary. Hello? That's about everybody not believing me. And this is something the FBI has sold, clearly. And this is one I've been conscious about. He's trying to hide his girlfriend because it's not real and true. There's no truth to that at all. That doesn't begin to be the circumstances. So they think I've bought into their lie here. They can be doing that behind the scenes, but that's not reality. Therefore, I do not react to it. The reality is I myself can get this all exposed and ended. It's going to be a congressional hearing. There will be a backdoor meeting here. The truth's going to have to come out. Special Ray is not so special here. And if they find out the truth, something's going to have to be done about this dangerous mess. That's the most important point of all. And actually, that's where I believe politicians will take action and get this mess ended. Those are my motivations here. And because German agents, take a look, because they never woke up to a damn thing. But it's not a coincidence that they can't recognize common sense in regards to all sorts of shit here. Take a look. It took them a year to figure out where I'm at with honeypots. And my fucking ex from 30 years ago took a payoff. Hello? How balls to the walls incompetent are they? And that's one more message of interviews here. This whole thing about agents and agencies and they're the best and all this shit. It is a goddamn lie, and it is a motherfucking myth. When you start to understand the size of the mistakes made here and the amount of incompetence, it will blow your mind. It's actually why interviews with me is going to blow the roof off the internet. And they just whacked our cat out in Germany, so they've got the interview set for the highest setting. I'm leaving no stone unturned now. I'm not doing anybody any favors. If they fuck with me in interviews, I will spill the beans in regards to every piece of fucking dirt I'm sitting on top of. And man, is that fucklets. So that is one they most certainly do not want. And I'm not fucking around is the next point. They keep making games. It's like Jurgen here with the magic owl, and now he's clever. And now he's falsely analyzed my psychology as a result. He gets tricked with his own technology trick. Same thing. You're doing a monkey dance. And there's no dance going on my end. So that's why I'm contacting politicians. They can get this mess ended, and I've been left with no other option. I tried getting this resolved with the FBI here, and they did not choose it. It was the same way with the CIA. Germans are out to lunch here off in outer space in regards to practicing psychology, profiling, even thinking. So they just believe what they're told. That much is totally obvious. They've questioned, hello? The shit which they could have figured out on their own if they just thought about shit. This is what I'm talking about. This is just, it just blows my mind. A fucking child can see the truth of shit here. You get it? But because they're being agents, oh my God, they're off in outer space. They put themselves there. Pretending to be something they're not. That's the point. Last couple of points. They did a technology magic trick here. I think people will find this interesting. They inserted in my video, in front of my face, a clip from one video into another. And I watched it. This is right in front of my face, and they're affecting me very heavily. And I literally saw this video clip from another video inside of a video where it shouldn't have been. And then it just disappeared. I rewound the video, and I was like, it's not there anymore. So this might be what they did in regards to the video back in December. So I want to get back to the original point. Take a look. They're asking if I give a shit. Horvat Scott can find Jurgen and wiretap him. They'll be on the run. And I was like, I could care less. And they tried scripting me in my mind with, hang on, what was it? Yeah, do you care? And that was actually on the money. But then afterwards, they tried affecting me when I tried speaking about this in depth. The whole entire point is take a look at how out to lunch he is. It's extremely dangerous circumstances. He is an agent. And then he's trying to find out from me if I care about that. Hello? Do you understand? This is how out in outer space they are. Then to top it all off, he takes it as a death threat. Like, good riddance. Hey, man, you got to give a shit about your own ass. Not me, pal. I'm not your fucking mom or your dad, you jackass. Fuck you, you punk. The simple shit you can't figure out. You put yourself there, and you got there by not cleaning up all this goddamn mess in the first place. Agent, you have to give a shit about your own ass, not anybody else. You're supposed to be an agent. These are dangerous circumstances, and real. And take a look at yourself here asking me that question. And for everybody else taking a look at this video, this is what I mean. Does everybody understand? I am being hit up with this shit. And he's pretending to be an agent and psychoanalyzing and reaching the conclusion that it's like a death threat in regards to him. And this is me trying to expose this dangerous mess. And quite literally, he is accusing me of not giving a shit. You got that one? So, he got there by pretending to be an agent, by being clever. And this is the super level. The entire way, that subconscious level that they see and believe, it's imaginary. I've literally pointed out my profile throughout tons of videos, and they never woke up. They've been told what to believe, and then they go believing it. That's the entire point. That's what I woke up to by around the end of summer out in Phoenix in 2022. I realized they're not even analyzing what I gave them. You get it? But my point is, take a look at how off in outer space he is. And this is his job and profession. And then look at him and the question he asked me. You understand? You get it? And then to top it all off, he takes it as a death threat. Subconsciously, it's a death threat. Hello? Take a look. My point is, to finally end this video, take a look at how the FBI and German agents have paraded German agents around here. Everybody thinks they know. Take a look. My question to you, Jurgen, is you don't know if you've been honest about your job performance or not? Got that one, Agent? You think this is a game of chicken? So you've got no idea of what's going on. You've got my psychology all wrong, pal. So that's it. Everybody take a look. Everybody is believing in this myth of agents, and take a look. This is how German agents performed, and this is how this mess was created. Rogue agents, and then these fucks and their performance here. That's the entire point. So that's it. Last point here. So, this is what they've been hitting me up with repeatedly here. Like they are giving me stuff. Actually, what they've done is they've got this non-stop stream. It's this technology putting words to my thoughts very quickly, because I'm thinking very quickly. And then they're trying to claim they're giving it to me. And what I'm doing is looking at the Trump assassination stuff and analyzing. I heard a story, the cop got up there, then he had the rifle shoved in his face. But then in the story, I heard the cop had no gun, and I thought, well, why would he have no gun? Then I'm looking at, did he have no radio? Or what the fuck? And then where the kid shot from, behind that was a water tower. So then I'm thinking, why were there no Secret Service on the water tower? Now I'm analyzing this and looking at it like I usually do. And the point is, I'm always this way because this is how I figure things out. But the point is, they've got this computer program on. It's nonstop. It's like a nonstop stream. And it puts words to my thoughts. And the point is, it's very hurried. Because because I'm thinking very quickly. But my point is, they've been doing this last couple of days and trying to claim it's theirs. That's a laughable joke. They get less about how, the shit I could say here. Take a look at Germans and then take a look at how I do my shit. Do all my shit from the ground up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm analyzing the basic facts and details here based on stuff I've looked at. I haven't looked at a lot. I've been busy fucking around with videos and dead cats. Hello? You know, one dead cat, and then I had to take this guy, my guy, to the vet for technology stuff. Hello? And it looks like we won't be able to get a urine sample. So that'll be their excuse for killing them later. It'll be kidney problems. You know, that's one they've been bringing up repeatedly, you know, on and off here. But recently, very specific threats of killing me. We're killing you now, today. Just, you know, in the last hour or two. And I just tell them to go fuck themselves. They do it, and then they make me feel sick to my stomach. I've got to drink water. The reality is, left to my own devices, I drink a lot of water anyhow, because I drink coffee. I drink a lot of coffee because they usually make me feel tired all of the time. It's got nothing to do with me. They're the ones who started this. They were, for years on end, they would block the effects of the coffee till I've had like 4 cups, and then they take my feeling of being tired off of me. It's got nothing to do with me or the coffee. It's technology. The point is, they do this to hide my intelligence. Clearly, they're passing this off to German agents as being a result of technology. That's how they got lied to. This totally, you know, I couldn't figure it out. How they just saw me the entire stepping way here. They've never gotten how I do my shit here. They've seen me as just being insanely like them. Like I just feel what to believe and just do what I do based on my feelings. It's not how I operate at all. So this is one of the ways that Horvat and her officers got away with lying about my intelligence. They claimed it's all technology. That was to hide the fact and the way of how I do my business here. That's exactly what that was about. My point is, most of these agents, they don't even get the world they live in. Everything I've been predicting is happening now. That's one of the last emails I sent to Jurgen. I said, take a look. The shit I've been predicting in videos is happening. Hello? So my point is, most of them do not analyze as well as I do. That's a statement of fact. It's not a statement of ego. They're in a world of shit and in real trouble here. The FBI. They're looking at a congressional hearing, and literally, this is going to break the back of the FBI and Special Ray. We all know it. They've hidden it. That's the entire point. You take a look at all the extremes they're going to keep everybody from finding out. They're using stalking for claiming it. Stalking is a lie. Take a look at my videos. That is not a coincidence. Oh, you're being objective with David. They told you he's a Jew hater, and now you're being objective about it. Well, maybe he's a Jew hater. Hello? You could have looked, you could have asked, and you could have found out. That's on everybody. But take a look at how simple it's been for the FBI here. It's not a coincidence. This is clearly how they've gotten away with hiding my intelligence. This goes right back to 2010. Horvat kept trying to hijack me with certain things, and I realized it wasn't this in particular, but I realized she's trying to hide my intelligence. I realized she's quite literally got the computer programs set up so that my ideas look like hers. Hello? So that's why Horvat is absolutely in the toilet. Horvat, the shit I could say here. Horvat thought that I didn't realize that she's in my life here because I was going to go back to Germany. Now it's looking like I won't. And I just ignored her. Hello? She is her own myth. She doesn't have to convince me how good she is. Hello? So, but now I'm looking at maybe I don't even go to Germany. It's getting so late here. I'll just have to go anywhere out of the country. As long as it's not Europe and here. The FBI already knew that. They already knew I'm not going to be going to Europe if it's too late. So I see how shit turns out here, but take a look. This is how they've gotten away with stuff. So that also explains why when I get to be normal, they think somehow it's technology, and I'm delusional about my own profile. Hello. And my profile's about knowing yourself in the first place. That's the entire point. And literally cleaned up an agency profile in regards to enlightenment. Literally did that. And agents, hello, this actually happened. The thing is, they are trying to dictate to me how it doesn't work. I've been here the entire time and way. That's what Horvat found out in 2010. And then she realized she had really fucked up. So they're hijacking me more and more here. Not supposed to talk about this. They can go fuck themselves. That's the truth of it. But this is one of the ways they got away with hiding my intelligence. That much is totally obvious. Communicating to them out in Phoenix, like Elon Musk, giving them a reference point. I get my IQ here, especially after dealing with so many fuck-ups. And bumping it out. But I was using Elon Musk as a reference point for them because they go on superficial appearances. So I'm trying to speak their language to wake them up. You need to be taking my intelligence level. You need to be looking at me differently. And clearly they did not do it. And furthermore, I realized, I think before I used it the first time, I realized, well, they're going to be like, Elon Musk, man, this guy's off in outer space because of how fucked up in the head they are in the first place. It was clear they do not see me in regards to my intelligence. That much was totally clear. But the point is, I was trying to speak their language, and because they go on superficial labels. Oh, agents don't lie. Hello? These are just stereotypes, simplified thinking. White homie to white homie, you get it? So that's not how I do my shit, but they've been lied to about all of this. The reality is you can see it all over the place. This is why I've been able to predict all sorts of shit that's going to be happening here. And this is why my book's, A Logical Guide and A Day Thief. I see a lot of what's coming, and that's because I'm looking at the pieces and analyzing stuff. And they've hidden it. And I finally realized here, well, this is how they've gotten away with hiding my intelligence in the past as well. They just throw on this stream, this non-stop stream of putting words to my thoughts, and then they claim it is, it's them. Hello? That's not real life, Jurgen or Beata. How delusional do you think I am? That's the entire point. What you believe in is some imaginary comic book character. You are way off in outer space in regards to basic reality. This is me observing them doing it in real time. So you are off in outer space and you put yourselves there. You got there with blind trust. That's how you fucked up. And you got there by being dishonest with yourselves about your job performance and the performance of your agency here. You got very dangerous circumstances going on. And you're asking me if I give a shit? Look at how stupid your fucking question is. Take a good look at yourselves. That's the entire point. Man, to say you're off in outer space it doesn't begin to be a good enough statement. So finally, that is it for the fucking video. Take a look. I've got the sun goddamn coming up.